broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Awesome.
You should see the video.
Oh, I mean, I've seen a little bit right now, but it might be better.
It's a little reggaeton, guys. If you guys are tuning in and don't know who this is Yandel with his new song, Encantadora y Cazadora. So make sure you check him out. If you guys don't know who Yandel is,
Did he break up with Wisin?
Something like that. I don't even know. Something like that happened. Something like that happened. So, yeah. I don't even know the whole story, but yeah. If you guys don't know, Yandel, reggaeton artist, and hello guys, welcome to AfterBuzz TV, the after show for Telenovela, episode 10, Caught in the Act. I'm your host, Isis Velazquez. You could check me out on Instagram and Facebook at Isis Velazquez and the number 4. And I have other co-hosts over here.
Hey guys, Leslie Ambriz here. You can find me on Twitter at In Less Than No Time with Les with just one S.
Hey guys, and I'm Bentley Curtis, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm ready for you to make fun of me, no? Oh, Instagram and Twitter at Bentley_Curtis.
Who's making out?
Estefano, where can we check you out? You're so busy.
I was ready for him to make fun of my high-pitched voice.
I was just all on my phone, you know?
I see that.
Just really channeling Javi.
So
He's
Channeling.
foreshadowing the show.
Estefano, where can we find you, Estefano?
Yo, what up, everybody? I'm Stephaune Wallace. You can find me everywhere at I Am Stephaune.
All right, guys.
This was a funny episode.
Yes,
It was good.
Finally, we had a very interesting episode. It was there were some good storylines going on here.
The
There
best
was.
storylines ever.
What was the first storyline that we had?
Well-
Javi has a girlfriend.
Javi's got a girlfriend.
Javi has a
Do you
girlfriend.
think she was cute?
Yeah, I thought she was pretty.
She did the job.
Well, I mean, she.
As like a temporary girlfriend, like not like a long-term girlfriend.
No. She was your classic, like, bottle blonde, but she was
Girl
pretty.
next
Bottle?
door.
I like that. Bottle blonde.
Bottle blonde.
I'm
What
gonna
does
steal
that mean?
No, that's like she's
Like
basic. She's
typical,
default. Like,
like,
She is not basic, and y'all need to stop hating.
Wait a minute.
First
If I
off,
saw her in a group of, like, if there was a sea of blondes and I had to pick her out, I would not be able to.
Meaning you could
Right.
photocopy her
Which-
Chinkos
which
a
is
million
which
times.
is judging a
and
book
it's
by,
not.
That is
by its
hard.
No,
cover.
because Roxy's not a typical
No,
blonde.
she's not. She's like spicy.
There you go.
Roxy.
There you go.
There, thank you.
You can't compare Roxy. That's like
He was letting
comparing
her wear a
apples
dress.
and
So
and
again, what is bottle?
alligators.
What is a bottle blonde?
Just like basic.
Like a
she just
photocopy.
looks like anybody else.
Yeah.
Well,
Basic.
I just want to stand up for her because she's what'd she do? She did the thing with the animals. She rescues pets. She was with the United Nations. She speaks like 2 languages.
She didn't speak Spanish.
She did
She kind of spoke Spanish.
enough to help overseas and do whatever she was doing.
You know what? I'm sure she's great. But
He always wants to be the advocate for the
we
ladies.
went based off of looks first off.
Right.
And
How do we say bottle blonde in Spanish? Hello, we're always, this is telenovela. We have this Spanglish going on here, so we're
This
always.
is like Rosetta Stone.
Last week we had hashtag cucarachas de internet.
hashtag bottle
Internet.
blonde, because I don't know how to interpret
Nobody knows how
that.
to say
Botella.
botella and how do you say blonde and
What's
Isn't
blonde?
it like
Uh,
Oh no.
What is it?
Is it Rubia?
rubia.
Hey.
Yeah.
Rubia.
Yeah.
Now I'm like Anna
Rubia.
for
Look at those R's though. She's like,
So
I thought you were really
Rubia.
asking. You were like wanting to teach us something.
She's-
just
I
like-
am. I
She
did.
did.
Rubia.
I appreciate
So
that.
hashtag rubia de botella.
Mm.
You
There
see,
we go.
I am. I'm trying to teach you guys this Spanglish that
Thank
will
you.
be
Yeah.
will
no.
be a new dictionary. I promise.
This
I
is Los
appreciate
Angeles.
it.
I guess
Yeah.
it's an
that's true.
important
We
skill
gotta learn.
set.
We gotta learn.
We have to integrate
Skills
before you
to-
guys get kicked out by Trump.
Oh no, we're not gonna go there. We're not gonna
having
go
a
the door.
political discussion right
We're
now.
not.
Oh, okay.
He wants to take it to a deep place.
Oh, we will take el Trump pa abajo. Hey.
Wait, I really like the way you said. That's like his reggaeton
Say it
name.
again.
Oh my God,
She
guys.
said Trump.
Trump.
El Trump.
El Trump.
Hash el Trump pa abajo. I don't know. Hashtag. I'm still God. We're gonna come up with so many.
They're probably already doing that because Mark Anthony went off on his ass when he had his concert.
Wait, what happened?
Did y'all not see that?
No, tell us. I want to know. Sidebar, guys. Sidebar.
I'm gonna let the Negro
You're
come in here.
Dominican. You're Estefano.
Esteban. So no, Mark Anthony had a concert somewhere in New York City. I don't know if it was Madison Square Garden, but a big venue, and he just took a moment out to like say F Trump. The whole crowd was going crazy. They were like, F Trump, F Trump. He was like, we got to come together as Latin people. Y'all got to look this up.
This is good.
He had a whole,
I read
like,
that quick blur, but I didn't actually click on.
he had a
to
whole
see
speech
everything.
where it was like unifying Latins across America. It was dope.
Hey, whatever we need to do for unification, I'm all about that. So.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna watch that.
Hashtag El Trump.
little movie session.
You know, I got to bring the news and gossip. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
Thank you.
Just hit us with a little something.
Yeah, even though it was not telenovela, you know.
It was still Latino
Latino.
related.
It's Latino.
It was on task.
Yeah.
It was on
Yeah.
task, okay.
It wasn't off. It was
Entertainment based.
Will we, is there a Trump here in this season of telenovela, in this episode? Is there a Trump?
No, but they probably, if they're going to keep making fun of things, I think these writers would be, it would be cerebral for them to go ahead and do something political.
Ooh,
Say something.
Do you think that's like racy on this network?
Yeah, but I mean, at what point do you stand up? I mean, Beyonce made sure to utilize her platform.
Oh, yeah, she
Wait,
did.
but with her, she's so far established in her career where she doesn't need a network. Or Eva Longoria is not. She wouldn't be like the Latina counterpart to Beyonce. Like Beyonce
No.
can kind of.
I'm not saying Eva.
Excuse me, maybe not in singing, but maybe in acting, she could be.
No.
She's still not there
I'm
yet.
just saying in terms of, for example, if she was to do something that was really testing the waters and would mess up like the
Shake up things.
executives would be a little bothered. Then what if she doesn't get her show on another season?
And they need to get picked up. You're
you know?
absolutely right. I mean, it
There's
has to be.
politics
You got to be
involved.
smart.
Yeah.
Got to be smart about it.
So maybe when she's like 10 seasons in, and then it's like she has a crazy following,
Then she's
Sure.
got
You
and
can
that.
say
people would
whatever you want.
boycott, then that's
She'd
the
be like,
perfect
I'm
time.
Eva. I got my own network now.
Exactly.
So
When that day comes, that'll be great.
speaking of her, as she's playing this character, she's dug right into Javi's business.
Oh, finally.
And
finally, some
it's funny.
tension.
They, well,
Sorry.
they
You
got the-
predicted this like 3 weeks
I
in
did.
a row. You were
I
hoping
did.
it.
I was stuck to it, and I was like, "This is gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna keep mentioning it." And
What was the
then boom.
prediction again? For
That
the viewers?
Javi and Anna were gonna have some tension. There was gonna be some sparks flying again, you know.
There was actually a shout out given to her at the end of the show because she had written them so many letters asking for that. No, seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tweeted it,
Like,
I
thanks, Les.
Instagrammed, all of the above.
There you go.
Thanks, Les, for writing our show for us.
Appreciate it.
No big, just pay me. You know? That's all I ask.
Just cut the check.
Writing
Thanks.
credits, always a good look.
There was some great tension because it was like, it wasn't like, it was great in the sense that it was funny and cute and like, oh, okay, that's what you wanted to see.
I did.
I really like them just as friends.
Yeah.
Oh.
But seeing this episode, kind of like, oh.
And then we
okay.
had the stand-ins that were like, what could be? I
Yes.
know.
I just don't know in terms of like if let's say you had like you were married and you broke up, would you be able to befriend your ex-husband's first new girlfriend?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Yeah,
I'd be stalking.
Oh,
I'd be
no.
stalking her on Instagram and
You
Facebook,
know,
but I wouldn't want to go have lunch with her.
And then give her a hug like they did, like how they're like trying to be bestie squad and stuff.
But that shoys the security, you know,
That's
that she's secure.
Well,
They're
how
like
to
best
her.
friends now. They're not dating. There is no tension thus far. And
Well,
she's like,
until
yo,
the
let's,
end.
She's trying to help.
yeah.
I mean, I would be
She's
friendly.
trying to help, but really,
think
in the
that-
back of her mind,
I don't think
so.
I don't think so.
And even like the securest one would still kind of be like, oh, well, she was the first one after me. Like this is what he's doing.
I mean, her friends even tried to distract her with all the gifts and everything. So even they knew. Your friends know you better than anybody else.
True.
But I think what I would say to that is because y'all started off talking about her being a kind of a basic blonde or the bottle blonde.
In Spanish, please. Rubia.
Rubia de
Botella.
botella. Did I say
There
that?
we go.
God, you
Rubia
can
de-
lip read like my lips really good. I've been noticing that.
Oh, Lord.
God.
And it's starting already.
But what I
It
would
never
say
ends.
is
Should we move that way?
I just feel like we need to be seated together, and then they just need to work
There's
out.
always like a commentary between me and you.
I love it. I love it every week.
What I was saying though is that if she was hotter, I think there would have been an issue.
Yes.
Because
Okay,
she saw
okay.
her and was like,
A
oh,
threat.
whatever. You know, she's your rubia de botella.
If it was like Rosalind Sanchez
Right.
or Sofia Vergara,
Right.
she would have been
Then
like,
it would have been
oh,
some.
She would have been like, I can't believe
No.
it.
Yeah.
I bet her hair's not real. She has hip implants. She's too
jeez.
curvy.
hip influence.
But the real thing that Anna wanted to do was to kind of like fix Javi into being a better man than what he.
Which I felt some type of way about this.
You wanna
y'all all
expand
looked
on
at me like,
Let's go over the things that Javi needed to fix.
yeah, let's go over those things that Javi needed to
I'm
fix.
curious. as he's a slow sipper on that one.
All right, so we
Sips
needed
tea.
to. Javi has low attention span. He's always in his cell phone, so he's not a good listener.
He's
Basically.
conceited.
Most guys, though, I feel like are like that. I feel like it's so difficult to get them to like really be invested in you and
One of
engaging you in
these kids is
conversation.
doing his own thing.
What?
Y'all remember that from Sesame Street?
No.
One of these kids is doing his own thing. Y'all
That
start
was
talking about
so
dudes.
before our time.
Y'all start talking about dudes, and I feel like I just should fade over here.
I mean,
Or
you
either I
could throw
gotta
in your
stand up for the-
perspective.
I think
as
you should do
always
both.
do.
You should do both. So they try. So, I mean,
Fade
she's,
in.
is that true?
Hold on.
What Bentley's saying that you men don't pay attention to us ever?
I didn't word it like that. I just said it's difficult to get them to continuously stay engaged.
Of course.
Just
I mean, what? How? So, this is
Let's
difficult
hear
because
this.
I'm speaking for all men right now, which is wild. I felt some type of way because I feel like you ladies, you know, have like a list of things that y'all are dealing with that you're actually not sharing. So we're going through life thinking that everything works. Javi's been going through relationships feeling like everything works. His new girlfriend, Kelly, is that her name?
Kelly.
Yeah.
And Anna, they're like meeting of the minds on the fact that he's not paying attention. He's all in his phone. He's always looking at himself in the mirror. You know, so they're all like, oh girl, yeah. Oh, he does that, yeah. And he's over here like, y'all was still with me. Like, why y'all acting like something's wrong with it now?
You guys can't handle the truth, though. I don't think you.
That's not true.
Like think about it, right?
That's true.
If we gave them our laundry list of things that we'd want them to change, they'd say, "Oh, this is stressful," or "This is too intense." You guys wouldn't
Let's
know
flip
how
that
to take
around,
it.
though.
But this is the
Okay,
problem
but wait,
with us.
I have a quick question though.
Okay.
Do you do the same thing for girls?
Absolutely, but
Then
the
what's
thing
the
is,
difference?
You have
let's
laundry
flip that
list
around.
of stuff for
always. I'm super picky.
Good to know.
Let's flip that around though. How about if we looked at it from the perspective of, she said she started making her list from the first date, which is probably true for most of y'all.
That's with everybody you
Yeah,
meet though.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Wait. You're making a face. Is that no?
Go.
No,
Isis.
because it takes time to really like for the monster, like, or the demon, or like.
to come out.
No.
The demon. That was
The
dramatic.
negative attributes.
Can you see that I'm a bitter Latina woman that's still dating here in LA? But it takes a while for you to see, like, the bastard that a man can be.
Well, we're not saying like character flaws. It might be something like, for example, like how.
She hurting over there.
Yeah, we're not
There's
gonna
some
take
pain
this
underneath that
all the way.
surface.
We're not doing that. We're gonna keep it nice and surfacey.
Everybody stretch your hands towards
I'm gonna give you some.
Father, in the name of
There you
Jesus.
go. Amen.
We speak healing.
Little prayer right now.
But I think Anna was saying how he wore open-toed shoes in the beginning, right? So that's something small. It's not about his character. It's just like, did he do that? So if you go on a first date with a guy, and I don't know,
Well, wouldn't that be?
what if he
Why didn't
has,
she make
like-
that a deal breaker, or why didn't she say?
Because
"Excuse me,
women
I
don't do that.
He had
We
other
don't-
things.
We don't do that. We'll say we'll work with you, or maybe he's a good person, or maybe
We try to
it's hard
mold
to find a
them.
good guy.
Maybe y'all shouldn't be making
I have
lists.
to be the odd one out in this though,
Okay.
because I am the person that's like, if there's a deal breaker, I'm like, bye.
Okay, what's your
Don't
deal
wanna talk
breaker?
to you again. Well, there's a lot.
Okay, give me one of your deal breakers
One of my deal breakers.
on a first date.
If they're not smart.
Okay, well,
Like
yeah.
if I try to start an intelligent conversation.
No, it's
and
not.
they're
Well,
just
yeah,
like,
there's
or
a
like,
lot of
hey,
girls
did
that
you
are
hear
like, I'll
about
put
like
up with that.
this current event and something, and like, oh, what's that? And I'm like,
What's a current event?
I'm like, oh my god, I can't handle this. Or if they don't dress nicely, if they come in all like gross with just like a t-shirt and like jeans, but like not a nice tailored t-shirt and jeans, like it's just like, oh, I just woke up and wrote.
Stop dating white boys.
Like what?
She
Or like
likes
when they don't
high
iron their
maintenance guys.
clothes.
Next.
No, she likes polish. I can
I like
appreciate good polish.
I like
not
it
high
rugged.
maintenance, just polish. Like
Polish.
you took the time to get ready to come and meet me because I took the time to get ready to come and meet you.
That's true. It's like the guy who doesn't wash his car on the first date, or like
Or the
comes in a
shoes. Did
wrinkly
your mom
shirt.
ever tell you the
Like,
shoes?
what?
Wash his
The
car.
shoes. The car and the shoes. My mom always
Now we
said.
know what Bentley looks at on her
I'm
date.
just saying, I'll be like, you didn't iron your clothes. Okay, well,
If the
I definitely
shoes
took
are
an hour to
dirty-
straighten this hair.
Exactly. If his shoes are dirty and his car is dirty, that means that's probably how he keeps his life.
That's actually, I've
Wow.
been hearing
Wise
that
words
since I
from
was
my
a little
grandma.
girl. Yes.
So I'm winning then, because
He's like, because the shoes stay fresh.
You are polished.
Stay
You are,
fresh.
yeah, you're polished. You wash your car. You
clean cut.
clean.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought she
Way
was
to
going to say
go.
wash yourself. Wash your car.
I do that too, but I'm just saying.
Deal
That's a good
breaker.
thing.
Deal breaker for me will be energy. Like I could go on a date
Vibes.
and the energy will tell me yes, no, maybe. Let's not waste our time.
No, that's
So,
a good one. That's true.
Energy will tell me.
I know
Yeah.
for you that one of your deal breakers was not hairy backs. You said you like
No.
a hairy man.
I like hairy men. I really do like chest hair. I'll take the back hair too. I'm single, guys. I'm not picky.
Lord.
I'm sorry, I had to digress for a moment because I just love when she does
When
this.
she gets
Every
it right.
episode
She's
is
in it.
Isis's like wanted.
She's in it.
I'm trying
Singles
to get
wanted ad.
exactly. I'm trying to put myself
This is
out
her
there.
Tinder profile right here. She's putting it all out
This
for
is
the
the
world.
most I go out to. I come here to the studio. So you know you have to find a mate somehow.
You do look lovely tonight. Though. You
Thank
look good in
you.
yellow.
Thank you.
Yeah. She's like,
DM me.
Wait, so Bentley deal breaker, and then we'll move on. Go.
my deal breaker? For a first date, I feel like this is I kind of agree with Leslie in the sense where it's like intelligence, but I feel like I wouldn't have even entertained him in the first place if I knew he wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed. So I think I'd filter that before the first date. I don't know.
Oh girl, you got.
I don't have
one.
because I don't think I have one like specific thing. I just think that I'll analyze, and I feel like at the end of it, if I'm not feeling you, like there won't be a second date.
Which is why I said flip the coin. Are girls being too analytical and picky?
Selective is the
so
word.
for you,
picky.
men.
Have you seen?
So for you, men,
Yeah.
what is a deal breaker? For you, Stefano.
A deal breaker.
Yes, like
Let me tell you, life is very different for men than women. So for a man, I would say, what's the deal that we're making?
Oh God!
Oh,
I just can't with you.
Of course,
So,
of course, it went there.
So Anna helping Javi went astray. That didn't work out, right?
Yeah, because she was like, "Oh wait, now he's a perfect guy."
oh,
Yeah.
Now I
switching
kind of
here.
like
But she
him.
did fix him up, though. She helped him out. He started to focus more. He listened to her boring conversation about her insurance.
I feel like old habits die hard, though. I think that the bigger thing that like women cared about, I think even in the whole underlying issue with Anna helping him, was that like, for example, like no woman wants a man to like just do the dishes. She wants him to want to do the dishes. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like the movie The Breakup.
Yes.
I don't want you to do the dishes. I want you to want to do the dishes. Why would I want to do dishes?
and that's where like where we differ between men
Yeah.
and women, because we're like, well, we just want you to like be considerate and want to help us out, and the guy's like, well, just like that with the hands, like.
Yeah, it's like...
So I don't know. I'm curious to see if his changes are long lasting
I hope
in
so.
episodes to come, but I'll be optimistic for him.
I doubt it. I mean, he's very narcissistic. He loves the mirror. He's kind of got this Latin John Travolta thing from like Saturday Night.
I was gonna say, welcome
yeah.
back, Cotter.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember that
yeah,
show?
Yeah.
I never would
But
have
he's
put that
kind of got
together,
that.
Yeah.
You ever listen to how he talked, like the inflection in his voice? Mm-hmm. He's got that like young John Travolta.
He's trying to be real cool,
Yeah.
24/7.
Super suave, super suave. I love it.
well, the other storyline that we have was Rodrigo.
Rodrigo wants a baby.
Rodrigo wants a baby, and you know, Blondie, your favorite girl, puts it into his head like, hey, maybe one of your ex-girlfriends kind of like had an oopsies and maybe has one of your child somewhere out there. So he remembers this old girlfriend from like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And he goes hunting for her to see if she has a child from him.
Yeah.
And what happened?
He remembers she was pregnant when they broke up. It was so funny.
Well, I don't think he knew she was pregnant. I think he said that she was gaining a little weight here.
And Blondie said...
in the upper portion of her stomach.
Oh my God.
Which he's completely oblivious. Which I guess that goes to all men now. This is the way you guys see men. We're oblivious. We're narcissistic. We're completely self-involved. And we're messy.
Quick question. If you had a girlfriend and you see a bump just growing.
Yeah, no, he should know better.
But listen, this is your girlfriend. She's like, no, hon, I'm just gaining weight. I don't know.
Well, I mean, the thing with him is, first off, you can't go down. What's my girl's name?
Roxy.
Roxy.
We should have even helped him out. If that was his girl, he'd remember her name.
I was like, well, I'm self-involved. You can't go with anything Roxy says. Of course, she's like the airhead blonde on the show. So whatever she's thinking is going to lead you astray, probably, chances are. Rodrigo said he always uses protection, which was a great public service announcement for everyone, because apparently he slept with a ton of women. And he's like, they were like, do you keep in touch with any of your old girlfriends? He's like, all of them. I was like... Is that not creepy?
That's legit.
That's super creepy.
No, that means he's doing something right consistently, that they all want to talk to him regardless if they... Yeah, that means he's legit.
So he's laying the D down correctly.
And one of the cool things about this episode also was the director, he was writing in some crazy stuff into the telenovela.
He was whacked out.
Yeah. So he's misspelling words.
You know what? I love that because it kind of makes you think like, well, he's a Latino writer.
Okay.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I have a lot of problems with spelling. So.
Okay.
And even when we pronounce words, like I change the words to how it would sound in Spanish. Yes. So I could read it, pronounce it correctly. Like when we have guests, I'm always like making sure I know their last names and I write it in the Spanish way.
That's actually when I write in Spanish. If I pronounce it correctly, then I feel like I could spell it correctly because it's phonetically. I think, but to English, it's a little bit harder. It doesn't work quite the same.
It does not work.
So it shows that in the episode with the writer. You know, the writer kind of misspelling. It's like, is this a denim child? Was he supposed to come on denim? No, it's a demon child. So I thought that was really cute.
I didn't catch
you
that.
You didn't catch that?
Gael was all about it. He's like, oh, so the baby come out the womb in the denim jacket? Or like...
No,
but he was really kind of excited about a little fashion baby like that.
Yeah, finally his own child.
But the writer is like, no, it's a misspelling. It's a demon child. I'm sorry, you know.
I got to say, for the storylines, because this was a good episode,
cool.
that was like the worst one. I was confused by it because... I don't want to feel like the writer for the novella is like not interested, you know, or what was he distracted by? What does he have to do?
Maybe him and Roxy have something going on. Remember, he was supposed to take her out on that date.
You did predict that.
I don't know. I'm gonna keep throwing that out there and hopefully.
But there's no tension going. They're not showing anything.
Maybe it's secret tension. Maybe behind the scenes.
Maybe they're doing something.
I think there's a discovery here for the audience. Like for me, it was to realize, oh my God, the writer has a spelling problem. So isn't that like, what are the odds that the writer of the show? Like, it's just like you're a bad speller and probably a bad writer, and you are writing.
Your job is to write.
Your job is to write, so that's pretty, I thought it was cute.
I don't think I even caught all of that. I think it was kind of like, it was such kind of like an underlying.
Yeah, it was
just like
they could have done without it, I feel like.
Right, yeah.
And again, I just want to say the reason I feel like they could have done without it, he kind of like threw it away when they sort of corrected him. He's like, oh yeah, whatever, you know. Demon child, or Rodrigo's pregnant. You
but
know,
it's kind of funny.
Whatever we want to do today.
It's funny because the word.
Then he even tried to justify it, and he went off on this whole tangent, like, oh well, you know, we're always at the forefront of innovation, and I was
he
like,
had a point.
It was kind of a random throw-in that threw me off a little bit from like the storyline that was going on.
Yeah, it didn't connect to anything.
But that's not.
It was just like some extra time, extra filler.
I do see your point.
Are you guys not connecting with kind of getting to know the character of the director? Like the director, he's a little bit whoopsie. Like no matter where you see him, he's just kind of like a little not nutty in a bad way, just kind of like nutty.
No, he is nutty.
He's nutty. He lives in the studio, so he has a spelling problem. and
Homeless.
I
mean,
I don't think he's homeless.
So-
I think he's just being fiscally responsible and choosing to not spend money on rent.
oh, that's the best way to go about it.
So nice.
having those,
I think he seems like he works very hard, so he's at the studio all the time.
there you go.
He's just crazy.
But if he's
that's
working
him.
very hard and he's at the studio all the time, you should be doing your job better.
Well, he's
Also
Spanish.
true.
He has
So maybe we'll
problems.
go with mine, fiscally responsible. And
We'll just leave it
Or
there. We'll
he's
just leave it
homeless.
there.
I just think the little nice discoveries about this character kind of, it also helps him with the little comedy. Then
I mean, it
Yeah.
helped him, but I feel like we could have done better.
the part that cracks
I
me
guess
up,
you guys don't care about the character's storyline or getting to know them.
she's in a very deep. She's very
Yes,
deep.
I am
feels
loving the
very-
director
She was
now.
so connected to him.
I'm connected because I have a
spelling.
spelling problem, so
Oh,
Aw.
it was a moment for me. I know.
It was fine.
Don't worry.
cue the violin.
One of the things that I actually really loved about Rodrigo, like looking for his like potential unborn child, was the fact that because he's older, they were like, "Oh, I'm sure you have a kid. Like you've slept with so many women." It's just like, I feel like because of his age, I feel like a lot of women would naturally just kind of assume that like, "Oh, you have to have kids, right? Like one or two." And the fact that he wasn't even surprised by it to me was like the funniest part. He's like, "Yeah, oh, I have a kid. You're probably right. Like,
Let's go find him.
Let's go find him, or her, or maybe it's twins." Like.
So wild. I sort of identified because of my own life. But I don't have any kids, so
Not yet.
Not yet.
not
Yeah.
yet.
Or not that he knows of.
Not that I know of.
You better
So
be
if you
careful
know
with that.
I
that
will
you
let
have my child,
I will let you know.
Please
Don't
give them your
contact me.
Instagram.
You better be careful
Give
with that.
them your Instagram and Twitter just
everybody
in
gonna be
case.
like, "This your baby." I'm gonna be on Maury Puppets like, "That ain't my baby."
You'll be
Too
here
many-
now.
too many songs.
That's his not your baby dad.
Well, not your baby dance.
So does he find a child?
No,
he doesn't.
Well, he
doesn't.
finds
Well,
a
he
child,
finds a
but it's
child.
not his child, and
Yeah.
he
And
And
freaks
then it's
the
so,
child
it's
out.
so dark again.
Yeah, I don't like when they do that.
Yeah, it was
There's
like
no
a
need
dark
for it.
situation. She's like, "No, this isn't your son. I was an alcoholic. I stole money from
And I
you.
cheated on you."
with my ex." I was like, "Yo, okay."
I liked it.
I think that's because you know how in telenovelas it's like 40 bad things will happen in one episode.
Yes.
I think it doesn't really have the same feeling of translation in English, but I think that's what they're in terms of the darkness. Like we're taking it as it's darkness, but a novella in general that
It's
is
crazy, yeah.
you'll get a girl will get cheated on, beat up. Her sister will get pregnant by her husband. You know, the next thing you know that they have like a demon baby, and then the head spins, and it's one episode.
It's a lot.
That's
Jeez.
pretty much it.
But that's every single episode, or even like the Korean dramas are the same way. A lot of the cultural
My mom
dramas.
loves Korean dramas. I don't even know. I
Me
don't
too.
get
She
it.
really?
Boys Over Flowers is my favorite.
I don't
Oh,
get it.
you
Yeah.
watch them. Oh,
My
dang,
celebrity
girl.
crush is Gu Junpei.
Jeez.
Actually.
And
Well,
in,
just
Nice to
listening to
know.
how novellas break down, though, y'all watch these things.
Yeah.
Your sister pregnant. The
You
girl
get
got beat up.
emotionally
There's-
invested.
You're
You
like,
start
what in
yelling at the
the
TV.
world is going on?
really do
because
know.
it's kind of like Love and Hip Hop franchise.
That's
right?
what I'm thinking
That's
in my
exactly
mind.
what it is, and then you get so invested, like, oh my god, I can't believe he got both women pregnant at the same time. Like,
Oh
is this
my God.
real life?
this is like
Peter
part of
Gunn.
the
There
life,
you
the
go.
Latino
There's your
lifestyle.
connection.
Telenovela, like grandma, like
I get it.
Oh yeah, it's 7 o'clock. You sit down until like 10, and you
Yes.
watch all of them back to back.
Oh my
And
gosh.
Grandma knows all of them. She could tell you the whole storyline.
That was my grandma with the
that's
rosary
awesome.
beads.
Mm-hmm.
My grandma's Mexican with the rosary beads
doing the-
praying.
you're doing the
no,
hand,
she
you
literally
said
does
that.
this with the rosary beads.
You're like
While she
channeling
watches
it.
novella. Yeah.
Well, in this episode, we got to fix Javi.
Yep.
Now, I'm not gonna play a game. Just want to ask you a simple
Stop
question.
playing games, girl.
I love games.
Just
but
keep it real, 100.
there's no crazy game like
Okay.
how we
Okay.
have. We're just a quick question. What would you guys fix about any of the characters in telenovela?
It's so funny. I guess I guess it's kind of an answer to your question. It's funny how Anna wants to fix sort of the narcissistic ways of Javi, but Anna's kind of similar.
She's crazy.
She doesn't drive herself. Mimi has a driver everywhere. She's like, she leans on her friends. She's all about herself, I feel like, in a lot of ways. Her own look, her own lifestyle, and everybody has to cater to whatever she wants. So it's, I think, see, ladies?
So you'd fix Anna.
Anna is, she ain't fit to fix somebody. You need to fix yourself.
That's true. I can see that. I don't know. I think for me,
Soapbox.
maybe Roxy. The thing I would fix about her would be like
Listen, don't go at Roxy.
I have to
right
come
now.
at
I need you to-
her.
need you to take it easy. Choose a different person.
Absolutely not now.
She's gonna keep going.
No, but I feel like, you know, I know she kind of fits like the stereotype of like how Latinas are on television. What I would like is maybe just in one episode for her to just come out and be like randomly brilliant, and then the whole time she's been faking it or something, so that people like won't underestimate her anymore, or just act like it's some facade because she feels like that's how people like her to be and act. She thinks she's like more likable like that. I don't know. Maybe to add some depth.
Actually,
that'd be
that.
good.
I like
yeah,
That'd be fun.
But no.
Okay.
She'd be
But
sexy
you redeemed yourself for bringing
and
up Roxy.
smart. You know what I mean?
See, you thought
A
she was
good
gonna bash
blending.
your
Yeah.
girl.
Don't come for Roxy.
I just
she's
want a
better.
blending, you know? I feel
No,
like she
I
can
think
be
that'd be
beautiful and
awesome.
smart, right?
And
Okay.
that might
Yeah.
Because
happen.
that's a thing. You can be.
You
yeah.
can be.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Just kind of the flip. Maybe she goes on a date with the guy, and he's like, "I can say anything to this girl. She doesn't know anything," and she Rain Mans and just goes off, and he's like,
Whoa.
"Yeah."
Or even in front of like the cast or something like that. Like one day that she's hosting a meeting or something, and people are like, "Wait, you're hosting it?" And they expect to not take it seriously, and all of
Yeah.
a sudden she's organized and articulate and has
And maybe she
everything.
has on like sexy glasses.
Yeah, exactly.
And dresses like
See?
a librarian.
And you can enjoy that.
That'd be amazing.
He can enjoy that. She can have
Already
her the whole like
imagining
Mr. and
it.
Mrs. Smith
Yes.
thing going on.
She would have my undivided attention
Oh
at a
my
meeting.
God.
She has
It's
your
your
undivided
fantasy.
attention anyways.
She's hot. Gotta say.
So obsessed. I'm
What
gonna
are you
interrupt
thinking
you.
about?
I would actually fix Gael. I think he needs more confidence. I think every episode we deal with the same thing where, you know, he has a lot of scars and everything just from probably coming out to his parents.
Yeah.
And I think we need to have a nice, confident gay man on the show
Yeah.
and not be so insecure about himself.
I think that's actually like a really good point because like it was actually kind of sad when Rodrigo dressed in his like dad clothing and Gael was like, "Can you just tell me that, you know, you're proud of me?" And it was
that was-
cute. But it was like, oh,
I was
that
like, oh my God.
that was deep. I was like, I
Yeah.
just wanted to hug him.
Yeah. I like that they use humor to kind of address that issue. That's cool.
Yeah, but he definitely, I think
Yeah.
we would see a lot more of his character if they wrote a more confident character. Because he could get into like really funny situations with different guys and like
Okay.
go on dates. Maybe if he was more of like a gay Javi kind of.
I
Like, just
wonder
very
though
confident.
when it comes to
I was like-
homosexual behavior on TV, and you all can tell me about novellas. Like in normal novellas, do you actually see that kind of stuff?
I don't think so, right?
Yeah, there's
Homosexuality?
definitely-
Because
yeah.
isn't it usually the like more like machismo type of man?
But there's
Like-
always like a homosexual
Yes,
character
like
on there,
a-
I
yeah.
don't know if I remember that.
But I mean, do they play out? Because when you're talking about TV, it's like almost acceptable to say yes, I'm gay. Now you're asking to play out like relational situations.
In a real
People start to
telenovela,
have issues.
in a real telenovela, I haven't seen that. Maybe maybe seeing a character that you kind of know is over the top, and you
yeah,
just,
that's what I thought. It's more traditional in that sense.
But
I
you
mean, it's
never say
definitely
it out.
more of a
you know?
it's more of a comedy
Or it's
thing
more
in
assumed, right?
telenovelas, yeah.
But they wouldn't like date
no,
and
they
kiss,
wouldn't
hold
like make
hands,
it
No.
like
Right.
an entire love story.
which is just
yeah.
that's. I mean,
You think that's why that he's not getting the confidence
Yeah,
is because they're
yeah.
sticking to that?
Oh,
well,
that's
I think
unfortunate.
that's why they're
Yeah.
not developing him in the way that you're saying.
Okay.
Because if they do go down that rabbit hole, that's like now they're being like groundbreaking for like nighttime TV.
Let's do it. Let's
Oh, they
shake
can't
some
talk
people
about
up.
Trump, but
Let's
they
shake
get
some people up.
they
I
can
don't
be groundbreaking
know.
for
I don't know how that would be
homosexual
received
community.
by the Latino community, like the older generation.
It wouldn't be received well.
It
That would be
wouldn't,
watching
but-
that.
I
I mean, it
don't
would be
think it would be.
controversial for
Yeah,
sure.
but it wouldn't be just keep it 100. It would not be received well.
But a lot of the audience is a lot of young people because your
And-
grandma's not tuning into NBC.
Right, and I also think that it's a more diverse profile of people who are watching it. I think they're more like Americanized or English-speaking Latinos, which is a completely different demographic, as well as maybe African Americans and Caucasians. So
Yeah.
maybe then at that point, since it's on NBC, yes. But I feel like if it was like Telemundo or Univision, absolutely
Oh,
not.
definitely no. That still has a ways to go.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're NBC, so let's
We're
shake
NBC,
it up.
so
Let's
go
make
for
it
it.
happen.
Yeah.
Go for it. Don't talk about Trump though, but go for it and with the homosexual
That's
agenda.
a whole different story.
Uh-huh.
All of the
okay.
issues are controversial.
This is
They
all.
are.
This is a
And
lot for me
everything
to
is
take. Let's keep it simple with telenovela.
Okay.
What's yours?
You know, I didn't think about fixing anybody as in fixing, but I would like Gael. You said confident, and I would like to. not change. I would like to see an episode where they make him the leading man, like a Javi, to see how that plays out. And it's liked for us as an audience, but also for him. Maybe that could build his confidence.
Yeah, there we go. Double teaming it.
There you go.
I like it.
But that's what I would like to see. I would like
double teaming it.
There you go.
That's the thing.
What?
That's where I would like to see him in a leading role. Guys, anything else? Do you guys have any predictions?
Predictions!
Do we have predictions?
There we go.
Who has predictions?
Well, we could give him something in a little bit. We get the green
I'm just
lights.
announcing predictions. Doesn't mean I have any.
Blue, green lights. Blue, green lights. Well, we got our tension, so that happened.
We did, finally, after continuous debate.
And it looks like, I guess, a light prediction, which is obvious. Javi gave Anna the extended look back.
Right.
I know.
I think I hope that's gonna happen.
It needs to happen.
I think it's a random one-nighter.
I think they're gonna drag that out till probably the very last episode of the season, and let it be something that happens by accident.
You know what? I wouldn't doubt that, actually.
Yeah, but that's what I'm thinking. It'll be like season closing party for the show. Everyone drinks too much. That look lingers, or then they watch their standing couple really enjoy themselves. So they feel like it's a mirror in their face, and then who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe it'll happen.
I feel like they'll tease us.
Sparks will
They'll
fly.
have them like wake up in the bed together, like, what just happened? But nothing happened.
Oh, that's also good. I kind of like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Where they
but ready
think
to
something
add to
happened,
that.
but it didn't.
Ready to add, but then her ex-boyfriend comes back from the middle of the Himalayas or wherever he went.
Oh, the
Boom.
executive
The
one?
executive.
Yeah, I kind of want him to get in the mix and make it messy.
A big old
I know,
love triangle
Zach.
we've got
They
there.
barely
Where'd he
gave my dog a
go?
roll.
Yeah.
There was no comedy at the end of this episode. Usually we have the older lady doing something. There was no comedy. There was that look
she
back.
wasn't
I forgot about her this
So
episode.
They weren't here in this
They
episode.
wanted us to focus on
But
the lingering look.
There you go. That lingering look, it made it even nicer. Now it's kind of, that's a way to hook people. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Heck
This
yeah,
is not
'cause-
just funny. Let's get the storyline. So yeah, I kind of like that.
Because we got to keep it real. I mean, as an audience, people love having like that love affair that they can tune into and kind of look forward to, even if it's not necessarily all together yet. You know, there's the hope and there's all that stuff. You know, you girls like that kind of stuff. So
We do.
I don't know
Keeps
if
you
I
coming.
necessarily want them together. I don't find them to be that interesting of a couple. Do you know what I mean? Like, I kind of just, I like the idea of playing with it, but
Yeah.
together they're both a little corny. Just like, it's like a weird
the funny
match.
thing about them,
They're
and I
hot.
know,
They're like a hot couple together, but they're like a weird match.
They're hot on the outside.
I know we got to
but
close,
in
but the
the
funny
house,
thing
yeah.
about them is they, the more that they're apart and they're friends, they get to figure out all of these different nuances about each other that they actually like.
That's valid.
And they end up saying, you know, yeah, we had a whole marriage, we had an entire divorce, we're completely separate, but now I'm actually getting to know you like we never got to know each other. So as I'm getting to know you, I'm kind of feeling you.
That's how people get married and divorced and then remarried.
Which I always
that
think is
happens a lot.
mind-boggling.
I get it though. I
It
think
could
that's how
happen.
that happens. That's Nene Leakes that happened with Real Housewives of Atlanta. Sidebar.
Yeah. Shout out Black Hollywood Live. Go check it out.
There you go. I plugged it for it.
It's a lot of therapy, I'm sure they went through. All right, guys. On that note, we have to close the show. So,
Yeah.
Stefano,
Yes.
dinos, ¿dónde es que te van a encontrar?
Yeah, I love to sing in the shower. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, and where they can find you too.
And I'm also singing in the shower on Instagram and I was gonna say iTunes. 'Cause why would I have an album on iTunes? That's ridiculous. Shout out to the Grammys tonight.
Oh my
We'll go home
goodness.
and watch it before I go to bed. Instagram, Twitter. You can find me all over social media at I am Stephaune.
And thanks for watching tonight. You can find me at Bentley_Curtis on Instagram and Twitter.
And you can find me, Leslie Ambriz, at In Less Than No Time on Twitter.
And you can find me, Isis Velazquez, and the number 4 on Facebook, Instagram, and all that good things. Make sure that you guys please watch on YouTube and put the little thumbs up.
Yeah.
And comment all the hashtags that we've been talking about. throughout the
Yes,
show.
we haven't been getting any comments. We need people discussing stuff.
We got one for Stefano.
do we?
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
he
did.
said, what's his social media handle?
I gave it to them. I did. All right, guys. Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.